Vietnamese, there's the diacritics that go along with the letters had two meanings. There's one set that changes the vowel sound, and there's one set that changes the tone, because it is also a tone language. Now, it's a great idea because in English and most Western languages, you can't tell what sound the vowel is supposed to be making just by looking at the writing. You have to just know it. So it's very helpful to have those diacritics that tell you what the correct vowel sound is. The problem is you have to learn them first for it to be helpful, and you have to associate it with the sound, and we're just not used to that when it comes to vowel sounds. I mean, there's lots of meat in it. Tell me what you like. Go! Coming you to the ground there, weren't you? Let me flip you around so I can introduce this episode. No, this little girl just punched me. Hello?
Hello?
I don't have a name. Oh, you're not on there. Alrighty. Hi, Erica. Welcome. Welcome back to an episode of Perpetual Tourist. Soup. I don't know if that's the noodle soup, but yeah, it is. I see some of the jellyfish in there. Okay, these are the things. We're here for the jellyfish noodle soup. These look so good to me.
That does look great.
Right. Welcome back to an episode of Perpetual Tourist. We did one this morning at the beach. It was very nice and very hot. And now we're having some nice jellyfish noodle soup. Erica, do you know anything about jellyfish noodle soup?
I do not.
Well, we're about to learn. I don't either. I've never had it before. It's a Nha Trang thing. This is one of those few things in Nha Trang that is local to here. Do you want to say anything about it, or just dive right in? Because I want to show you some food really right now.
Oh, well, dive in, and then I'm going to pull it up, because I'm sure you sent something.
I'm sure I did. Okay, this looks good already. I don't know what it is. So, hi. Yes? I wanted to show you the name of the place, and we cannot put cards in for later videos, but I can put a link in the moon. Okay, I can put a link in the description later when we make this video. Okay, so we got fish ball noodles, fish pickles, fish cake noodle soup, pickled fish, jellyfish noodle soup with grilled chopped fish. That's what we want. 2 and 1. I do want a drink. What do we want? So we're being penny-wort, fresh lemon salt. I like the lemon salt. I think we'll probably go with that. Tam Mui, huh? All right. Come in. I jumped the gun on the foodie camera. I'm going to have to turn it back to the me, looking at me camera. Because...
the me camera.
Yeah. I mean, before I turn off the foodie camera, let's get up and walk over there and kind of get a look at some of the food. It looks very good. Looks good. All right, let's flip around and have a seat. Come in. Oh, it didn't flip around. Here, let me get my ass on the seat first, and then I can pay attention to what I'm doing. Giving her a workout, though, to be fair.
Right, you're all over the place.
I am all over the place. No, I've been waiting all year for this vacation. Actually, I've been waiting a few years for this vacation. I feel like this is the payoff of those years of living detachedly. And I think that was crazy.
Yeah. I was telling my friend's mom about that. I was like, I'm going to briefly give you a synopsis of what happened with him. I was like, but it's a lot. And I was like, honestly, he could write a story and that could be a movie.
I'm not sure if it could, but...
I mean, I watched it while it was happening.
You watched it the first time. Let's see, what can we... Looks like we have... I think that's vinegar. We've got some spicy sauce. I bet that's sweet as well. And then this looks like a bean sauce. Maybe I should turn it to these things because I have a video camera here. That looks like a bean sauce. These are just peppers, like a pepper paste. Okay, and then we've got peppers and limes And this is what I suspect is a sweet and spicy sauce. And then I think that's going to be a vinegar. Go with a dark vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Oh, aren't you supposed to use a little bit of everything?
I mean, you're supposed to use a little bit of everything you like. You don't have to put
I would
everything in
do
there.
the pepper paste and a little bit of that vinegar.
Gammon. This is put the sauce in. Okay, he's gonna show us. Oh, that's the chili sauce. Yeah, that's the sweet one. It's a little sugar. Boom, boom. Is it sweet salt? Put it in here. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Okay, he's putting a little bit of that paste in there. It looks like a bean paste.
Yeah.
Dough. Okay. Yep. And lemon. Squeeze this in there. Yep.
And squeeze it into it. Yeah.
Yep. Are you seeing it or am I?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Good. Yes. That's the way to do it. Stir it up. Okay. Come in. If my experience in Vietnam is of any use, and it may not be because things are different everywhere, even inside of one country. But I would say we dip the soup items in this sauce rather than pouring the sauce in the soup.
Right. And then, so the other is to add to the soup, though, because I would so you've got a little bit of the sweet with the bean right there. And then
first, you want to see the star of the show, the jellyfish?
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure how well it holds together. I'm going to hold it right there. There's
it's a light feller.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Light color, you mean?
Well, light and fluff, like wobbly too, light and weight and color.
Oh yeah.
That looks like a good summer thing to have.
You know, that's what they say, and I wouldn't have guessed, to be honest, but that's what the what it said online. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like a lot of things, it's all sauce. There's not much taste to the actual jellyfish. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Yeah, I messaged one place and asked if they had it, and the word for jellyfish apparently is sua. That's what she just said, and the word for milk is also sua, but with a different tone. So I messaged somebody to ask if they had this, and he wrote back, "No, I'm sorry, we have no milk machines."
No, what?
I'm sure it was just a problem with the translation, but I don't know if he understood what I said, and the problem was in his response when he translated it, or the reverse. But it made me laugh.
I like that. We have no milk machines.
We have no milk.
Yeah, I see it the whole spread, actually. Good angle.
Excellent. That is a nice chunk of chicken. Yep. There's chicken, pork, and seafood in this soup.
Oh, no, that's good. It gives you a lot.
I know, I like it. Is there any information on this dish?
Go to the stove, jellyfish noodle soup. Or is it bun ka swa? Swa?
Yeah.
What is that? Sua. And
that's the one that
is a. Oh, go ahead.
Sua, that's the word that sounds a lot like milk.
The thing, right, the sua. And no, we don't have milk machines. Like
they have no milk.
I'm going to type it into Translate and see what it does. It is a local delicacy you shouldn't miss. Local food stalls offer the best culinary experiences around or found local food markets. We've seen this a lot. Yeah. Beachfront restaurants. Best time to enjoy. It's enjoyed year round. However, freshest jellyfish are typically caught during cooler months from November to April. This is when the soup is considered to be at its best. I'm sure it's good now.
It is.
I'm sure they also have it nice and fresh in like out of tanks or out of the water anyway.
Yeah, probably.
They have lots of fresh seafood everywhere there.
Yes. So far, this place has not exhausted its seafood supply, so it's still famous for it. When a place becomes popular with tourists, they can exhaust their local seafood supply. And that will probably happen here one day.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that you're in before that's happening.
Yeah.
How it's made. The exact recipe can vary, but the basic process involves preparing the broth and assembling the soup. The cooked noodles, jellyfish, and other ingredients like fish cakes and herbs added to the broth after, all of those are cooked. Now, these are the things that you have in front of you there, because it says to enhance the flavor and texture of the soup, you'll often find accompaniments on the table. Fresh herbs like cilantro, mint, basil, lime or lemon, which we saw you squeeze that in there. I like that they helped you with that too. Chili sauce, and we saw that too. And fish sauce. A few drops of fish sauce can intensify the overall flavor of the soup. Pickled vegetables. Some of them have pickled vegetables on the side. Experimenting with these accompaniments, you can customize your jellyfish noodle soup to your own purpose. Okay, But when they suggested what you were going to have,
Yeah.
you know that's going to be the best thing that goes with it.
Right.
They think it is. So,
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do suggest like finding out what you like the best, but you got to start somewhere.
Right.
So starting with their suggestions is usually the best way to go.
Mm-hmm. Unless they're being nicer to a Westerner because they know that Westerners don't fare well with spicy. And they're like, don't do the pepper paste or these little peppers here yet. I have some really good clips to share with you from the Olympics with China because they were really kicking butt there and it was really good. And I saved them. Remind me of this later because I just thought of it again and I saved them yesterday.
I'm going to try to order milk if I see him again. I've been drinking too much beer just because I'm at the beach and I'm like, I'll have a beer with lunch. And I realize I've been calorying it up. So I listened to most of that. You said blanching is the main form of cooking the jellyfish?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I imagine that once they put it in the simmering broth that it cooks a little bit more or it softens up. Maybe they're doing it earlier. They got some beaching to do.
I don't know, maybe. There's some tourists here, sure. I'm going to say it's a tourist place.
Oh, I mean, the people there enjoy their beach, don't they?
I don't see any locals on the beach.
Like, really? You know what? My entire time growing up was me begging my parents to get us somewhere that had a dang pool because, of course, we weren't going to have a pool.
I remember my sister loved that when we would go on a little vacation. You didn't see her, I guess. There was a little old lady that came by selling peanuts. Just going back to peanuts.
Oh.
I don't want no peanuts, though.
We got little old lady selling peanuts here, but they're boiled, and I love them.
Maybe.
But that's spread knife. So I don't think that's right if I'm doing it correct.
I was probably
look at this one.
Come on, dough. Yeah, I think in Hanoi they say dough. Dough. She said dough.
Dough. Okay.
Which actually looks more like dough to us. They're English speakers. Yep, she gets it. Kudos to her.
Yay.
She was able to guess my chopped up Vietnamese.
Bean milk. It says sua dao. So dao. Whatever is what she was saying. You see what I mean?
Yeah, down on yeah.
Yeah. So sua dao, whatever. Yeah.
Fine, but I don't know what the accents would be. Like I can't hear the tones.
Right.
And then we talked about it before, but it's worth mentioning again. In Vietnamese, there's the diacritics that go along with the letters. Had two meanings. There's one set that changes the vowel sound, and there's one set that changes the tone because it is also a tone language. Now, it's a great idea because in English and most Western languages, you can't tell what sound the vowel is supposed to be making just by looking at the writing. You have to just know it. Are you going to sleep before we do the pork tonight? It's pork tonight.
What time is it tonight?
I think it was at 5:30 for dinner.
Oh yeah, I should do like a 4 to 4:45ish kind of a nap. Do like that.
Yeah. That's it. All right, that was great. How much do you want me to try one of the fried things? Actually, yes.
Yes, try one of those.
Okay.
Yes.
One. Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm ready. How do I get one? Husky? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I know what you're pointing at. Very good. Come on. All right. This one I think is going to require some up close face action. Let's raise it up.
Those are things that I love: mushroom, egg, meat,
onions. Yeah. Actually, I said meat, didn't I? But I don't actually see the meat. It could be. That's a mushroom.
Unless the mushrooms taste savory in it and they taste meaty enough.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds tasty. Plus it's fried.
And deep fried, yeah. Oh man, looks so good. Yummy.
I literally was just talking to you recently while I was caramelizing onions and cooking mushrooms, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, it sounds like my favorite things.
You're having a food premonition. I see onion. A jellyfish is just...
Thank you, folks. I'll be here anytime he's on.
Speaking of that, I'm planning on adding one episode. It may kill me, but one episode at the end of the week. Do you want me to tell you what it is, or leave it as a surprise?
Surprise me. I like surprises.
Well, can't do it early, so I don't know what Scott will be there, but I'm sure you'll think of something to talk about while I'm doing it. I may not be. I'll have the headset on, but I may not be able to hear you, and you may have to end up muting me. Oh, that reminds me. We've got to today at some point. We've got to put you in control of in the driver's seat so you can mute me and do those kinds of things. We got here and I started talking. I was like, "We're here to try jellyfish soup or something." And then I saw fried things in the background, and I was like, "What the?" I had to try some of that.
No, when you go and review this footage, you're going to see how many times you looked at the fried things before going in the back too. And it's funny because it was like you looked and you're like, "Ooh, what's that?" And then you looked away, and then you started talking, and then you moved away and looked at it again.
I wanted to show it. I didn't realize I had gotten a good shot. $85,000. I drank 2 drinks and essentially ate 2 meals. I don't know. 85. I see a 50 in there. Yeah, there we go. 5. 1.
So is that like $3.30, $3.40?
2.
Like less than $4.
Oh, I did have a 100. I could give him a 100. I kind of got a lot of change. So. Yeah, less than $4. I would say 2 people could have eaten easily for less than $4. And we'll get that straightened out.
Just in case, because I keep on like nodding off in that Benadryl. I swear to God, it was just one Benadryl. It is whooping me.
I brought some. I haven't needed them yet. Actually, since I've gotten here, I haven't even needed the nose spray. So that's a good sign.
Because that's some nice beach air.
Not as much flowering or something, or doesn't sit in one spot.
Particular pollens. Maybe it's a different pollen there.
Hanoi is the air just doesn't move. That's why the pollution there in general is worse than Saigon. I don't know why. I'm not here with all the answers. But it obviously doesn't move as much because Saigon's a much bigger city, and yet Hanoi's air is much worse. And that's not just me. I talk to people at work about that, and they're like, yeah, Saigon's got a lot better air.